My name is Samantha Pattinson, and I am here to present the Hollywood Climate Summit Amplifier Award. It goes to a person who has used their platform in entertainment and fashion to advance conversation around climate and Indigenous rights. Now, the word amplifier is not megaphone, it's not speakerphone, it's amplifier. And that word is important because it requires something of a person that is different. It requires that person to take something that already exists, that is true, that is real, and that is authentic, and to give it more power, more resonance, and more reach. And that is exactly what today's honoree does. Quannah ChasingHorse is Hän Gwich'in and Sicangu Oglala Lakota, born on the Navajo Nation, raised in Alaska, and part of an incredible legacy of land protectors that spans back over 4 generations. Her relationship with land, with animals, with the water that sustains her community is inextricable from her art. After a landmark campaign with Calvin Klein in 2020, she went on to grace the cover of magazines like Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, Tatler, Elle. She is modeled for some of the world's leading fashion houses, and her Met Gala look, designed in collaboration with the Navajo community, went viral. She has won numerous awards and acted, and is stepping into a new role as co-director of her first feature film, Beautiful Resistance. And with every single successful platform, she uses the spotlight and the attention to bring attention and passion to the causes and issues that matter most to her and her community. Today, she is amplifying the Arctic Wildlife National. She's bringing attention to the fact that there is a decision that will happen in a few days that will wildly and massively impact communities for generations to come. She talks about the porcupine caribou herd and how their survival is inseparable from the survival of her own community. She amplifies Indigenous rights and makes us think about the importance of doing this not because it's politically convenient, but because it is sacred. She is a 4th-generation land protector, and that is not a title. That is a promise that has been kept over time. And during a moment when the entertainment industry is trying to figure out how to pair consequence and storytelling, Quannah already knows. She's known for a long time, and she has a lot to teach all of us. Before I hand over and give her this moment, I want to highlight how important it is to really think about the Arctic Refuge and what will be happening in a few days, and recognize that our voices in this room matter, and the action and the conversations we have around it matter too. But right now, this moment belongs to her. So please welcome and join me in welcoming the recipient of the Hollywood Climate Summit Amplifier Award, land protector and model, Quannah ChasingHorse.
This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Well, hello again. I was just up here if you were here. Good to see you again. But if you haven't, I'm happy you're here. I'm Quannah ChasingHorse. That was a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. And thank you for amplifying, the Arctic Refuge. On June 5th, they're putting up lease sales on our sacred lands in Alaska. So we need everybody. It's that time, we talk and we talk and we talk, but right now is the time for action. Our people really need it. And it's not just my people that are being directly impacted, it's everybody, because it's everybody's future that is at stake. But I have a hard time making things about me, so. But whenever I receive an award, I always think about how I got here and what it took to get here. I was raised by a single mother who's here, Jody. She is true. She truly embodies the word matriarch, her and my grandma. They sacrificed everything to give me a beautiful life, and it wasn't easy. My mom faced a lot of hardships in her life. At one point, when I was young, we were homeless, and she was doing everything she could to provide a beautiful, healthy life for us. And she realized that our culture was the best way to do that. Even though we may have seemed to be poor materialistically, we were rich in our culture. We were rich in identity and knowing who we are and who our people are. She taught us how to hunt and fish because we couldn't always rely on groceries. She taught us how to, garden because we couldn't always have groceries. I mean, she is the foundation of how I show up and who I am today. My community is the reason why I am here. As you heard in the introduction, yes, I am a model, but I got there because of my advocacy work. I would not have been able to reach, the world as I have and represent my people in all of the many ways that I have without my community uplifting me, pushing for me, and recognizing how important it is to have someone to uplift them and hear their voices. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about me. The work that I do isn't for me. It's for my people. It's for everybody. It's for future generations. This work that I do, as a model, it's fun. I enjoy it. I love it. I actually dreamed of being a model since I was 3. Everywhere I went, pose. Everywhere. Everywhere I went, I was posing and excited, take more pictures, please. But as I got older and I realized that I didn't fit the stereotype, that I'm not Eurocentric, that I don't live up to the beauty standards of today and throughout history, I felt hopeless. I gave up on that dream. It was always a dream, but I truly feel like I manifested that because I get to be someone who walks into spaces and, represents my people in a way where young girls can look at me and say, wow, I look like her. I can do what she does. I can do this work and be successful. And it's rare. Unfortunately, it is rare for an Indigenous person to reach these levels and do this work. It is rare, and that is heartbreaking. Every other person gets to be represented but us. And so it is truly an honor to be someone that can amplify and represent and do this work in a good way, while also filling my cup, because I don't do this work because it makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel good about how I get to support my community. It makes me feel good about, being able to build relationships and help, the fashion community feel like they can connect with the climate community, because there is a bridge, that we can bridge that gap. We can help people see that there are ways to have these conversations and it not be two polar opposites. As Indigenous people, I am forced to learn to walk in 2 different worlds. Walking in 2 worlds is not easy. This colonial society that we all live under is foreign to us. I've had to learn how to show up in these spaces. And I then get to go home and practice my ways of life and be who I truly am at my core. And that's beautiful because I'm statistically and historically not supposed to be here. But my people are resilient, and we're here for a reason. We are stewards of the land. We always have been, and we always will be. And you'll always find me backing my people. I don't always have to be at the front, but if I can be someone that makes someone feel powerful enough to share their story, to speak their truth, I will do that. I will take a step back and I will hand over the microphone proudly, letting my people do what we've always done. I just get the opportunity to do it in bigger rooms with really important people that can make a massive difference. The amount of money that we see that goes around, the way that our people, our kids, could only dream of it, to have even the slightest bit of access to support our communities, to have resources that can make sure that we're thriving, not just surviving. Because we're tired. I'm tired. I know a lot of Indigenous people are tired, and it shouldn't just be up to us to do this work time and time again. Yes, it's important to have Indigenous voices at the forefront, because at the end of the day, we are on the front lines. But we need people to support us, to back us, because when people listen to us, they don't always hear us. But if someone else, another person that may not be Indigenous, but, like for instance, we hear Western science, but these are things our people have known for generations, but no one listened to us. And that's the truth. We've always known. We just never had anyone to truly hear us and listen to us. And we're at a time where that is needed more than ever. We just need people to support us, to hear us, amplify us, because we've been amplifying. We need to be amplified. So thank you so much. I would not be here without my community. I would not be here without my mommy. And I would not be here without the guidance and the incredible support that I've gotten from so many people within this climate space. I am so proud to be where I'm from. To go from Alaska to Hollywood, that was quite the culture shock for me, and it happened so fast, but I get to do this work and make a difference. So thank you for allowing me to show up, for bringing me into these spaces, for giving me the microphone, for honoring me, because at the end of the day, this is for my people. This is not for me. Thank you.